Can you restore your eyesight with the exercises? It sounds a little bit unrealistic, but at the same time, if you Google it, you'll find there is lots of stories behind it. Yes, I'm wearing my own glasses, but I'll tell you my personal story with exercises, which I'm going to share with you in a second. I was able to postpone my prescription reading glasses for at least 6 years. And the story behind it is absolutely fascinating, especially for me, Canadian. I'm very proud to share this story. So it started many years ago. We're talking about 150. I just don't remember exactly, but if I remember correctly, it was late 1800s. One of the Russian scientists came to Canada to study flora, fauna, whatever. Again, I don't remember, but what he noticed is that the local indigenous people, even though they were in their late 60s, late 70s, they were shooting squirrel in the eye on a distance of 100 meters. So it's slightly more than 100 yards. And he said, how come? What are they doing? How come our people don't and your people do? Like, do you do anything different? So the locals shared with him the exercises, which I'm going to share with you again in a few seconds. He brought this to back home. He shared this information, probably published it, and it was a very popular book at the time. And then 20, 30, 40 years later, it was completely forgotten and it was not popular because, what can I say? Optometry industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And again, many years later, this very science surfaced again. And people started to really get into it. And one of the other scientists at that time from former Soviet Union, and we're talking now about 1960s, discovered this old book, double-checked the information with a control group, and he realized that not only you can stop progressing your aging of your eyes, but also you can reverse quite a few. And some people, like my own niece, who was not able to see at all when she was in grade 1, her parents, my brother and my sister-in-law, they've noticed that she cannot see. She was a very tall girl for her age, and a school teacher invited them and said, Katya is not able to see anything. She was sitting at the very end of the class, the very end row, because she was a tall girl. We moved her closer and closer and closer, but when we put her on the very first desk, immediately before the blackboard, she still was sitting and squinting. You have to bring her to the eye doctor. My brother did, and he refused to put the glasses. He said there is a better way, and he found information which I'm going to share with you. And 3 weeks later, his 7-year-old Katerina totally restored her vision to 20/20. Many of you will tell, oh, this is because she's young. You know what I'll do? I'll invite you to Google it. These days we have all artificial intelligence apps which will confirm this information. My job is just to bring it to your attention. So what these exercises are? First of all, you warm up the palms of your hand. Then you make the cover, just the angle, the V, upside down V, and you cover your eyes in such a manner that the center of your palm goes with your eye, and the center of the other palm goes with another eye. At the same time, when you close, you don't keep it, the light goes through. You want to keep your hands tight and cup the eye. At the same time, make sure it's cupped. It's not flat and it's not protruding into the eye. No pressure on this area whatsoever. You cover it up. Deep breath. Relax. The key is to relax. And you can say at this moment a prayer, a meditation, anything else, because you have to work with your muscles in a very relaxed state of mind. And now I'm going to show you something what you do with your hands on, but I'm going to remove the hands so you can see it. Still with your hands on, what you do is you look up and down, up and down 4 times. Then you blink. That's the key. You have to blink in order to relax the eye muscles. Then you do left, right, 4 times. Not too many. Do not overstress your eyes, because your eyes is a muscle, right? One muscle goes from the eye to the end of the your skull, stretching it, and another one is squeezing in and out. It's all what it is, just 2 muscles. And if you work it out properly, you get proper results. After this exercise, you blink again. After every one of them, you blink, you relax. Then you do upper left, lower right, upper left, lower right, blink, 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 upper right, lower left, upper right, lower left, blink, blink, blink. Then you do rotation, blink, 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 other direction rotation, blink, blink, blink. Then you do zigzag from left to right. Then you do zigzag from right to left. Then you do zigzag upper and lower. In between each of them, you blink your eyes. Make sure the total exercises do not exceed 5 minutes. At the beginning, you can do 2-3 of them. Blink in between, relax. So when you finish, you take your hands off. You relax your muscle even more with the hand movement, gentle tapping. This brings a little bit of blood in. I do it hard. Look at me. I've done it for years, so for me, my body get used to, and I know if I do the tapping alone, it already brings so much blood, lymph is moving, and the stress is coming out, and this way my eyes becoming really relaxed. So if I do the tapping alone, let's say for a week, I know I don't need my reading glasses as often. So what happens, I wake up in the morning, I can read slightly more the distance than I used to. Then I'm really enjoying it. I read without the glasses for about 15-20 minutes. In other words, we need to make those muscles work, right? Then I blink, try to blink, and then if I need to, I use my glasses. In other words, sharing this information with you helps me to come back to exercises which I've done for years. And again, these exercises help me to postpone using the reading glasses for 6 years. And if I was consistent enough, probably till today, till my 58 years of age, I wouldn't have to use these glasses. Feel free to check information, and you are welcome.